Good morning, everyone. Thank you, sir. So let me share my screen first. Yeah.
Good morning, Akila.
Okay, sir. I'm starting. Right. So everyone, today we're gonna have a summary session actually. So, but there were some questions and requested made by you, and we're gonna answer them first. So the first thing is we discussed last day how you can use Teams and online Office 365. So there are a few things that we have asked. One is okay. So I'll log into my office.com page. Right. So when you log there, these are the applications available here. So now you already know what is Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So those are totally similar to the standalone app, but there are some features missing in this. For example, if I log into this one, okay, so you can see in the ribbon, the ribbon is somewhat different from the standalone version, and you have to go with these, click on these ribbons, and you can see what are the tools available here. Okay, so when we used to do any of our work that with the requirement, I mean, actually 80 to 90% of our work can be done using this online version. So I'm not going to tell you how you can create a document or everything. So those things are totally similar to this one. So here I'm going to direct you to this one. That is OneNote. So there was a question, what is this one and how can we use this one? So I'm going to click there.
Hello, Akila.
Right. So this is notebook. So what we can do, we can create notebook here. Yeah.
Hello, Akila.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Can
you
you
hear?
share the screen?
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, this is Melaka. Can you please share the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I think I have shared my screen, so can't you see that?
Yeah, I can just see the Firefox.
I have already shared this one.
Okay.
I think you all can see my screen, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we are seeing blank Firefox. That's all.
Yes, the Firefox processing.
Okay.
Right. So we were in OneNote application.
Okay.
Blank file. Oh, sorry. Now is it okay? No.
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah. It's okay now. Thank you.
Is it okay now? You can
Yes,
see
it's okay.
this one, OneNote interface.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
Melagasa, can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see now. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Okay then. Sorry for this.
That's it.
Okay. I'll go. So I'll start from the beginning again. So these are the applications. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Right. So these are the applications available with Office 365, and so we're going to discuss about OneNote here today. So I just click on OneNote, and this is the first interface. So this is a notebook, so we can keep our notes there, right? I'll show you how to. So what you have to do, just you have to create a notebook first, and these are few notebooks that I have created for testing. So I'm going to click on one, or if you only can click new notebook and give it a name. Okay, so I'm going to click this one. Okay, so this is totally similar to a notebook, which we're going to keep notes by sections, right? So here, these are the sections page. So in my one, I have 2 sections. So if you want to add a section, you can see at the bottom plus section. So you can click there and add a new section. So I'm going to say okay. So you can see a new section is added here. And if I want to move into another section, I can just click here and the section, and these are the pages. So in the notebook, in one section, I can have a number of pages. So this page is a topic and the content. So I'm going to move a newly created one. So trainings, and first you can add a title here. So like that, you can type anything and you can keep a note. Okay. Again, if you want to insert images and tables, everything is possible. These are somewhat similar to Word, but it is customized and it is developed to use this as a notebook. Okay. So again, if you have 365 app in your mobile phone and in other devices, you can access the same notebook. So the important is, if you are going to a meeting or somewhere, you can just keep a note with this one with your mobile. So you don't have to carry your notebook, pen, and everything with you. You just need your smartphone all the time. That's all. So this OneNote, it is designed to keep notes, right? The other thing is, the other question was how you can download YouTube videos. So I'm going to show you that now. So you go to YouTube and you can search for the video. So there are thousands of ways that we can download YouTube videos. So this is the way that I am using, and this actually today is not a training session. So today we're going to have this as a discussion. So if you have more suggestions, or if you have more tools that use, you can suggest anytime. Okay. Right. So I have downloaded a tool that is called Free Download Manager. So this one. So you can see the icon with this blue color icon, right? So you can download this small application. So you can click here and download. So when you download and install it, you can open that application like here. So this is the interface of the application, the tool. So what we can do here, you can download any video in the internet using this one. So what you have to do, normally all these videos, they have a URL. URL means uniform resource location. So what you can do, just go to the video, and when you right click on any video, you can see copy video URL, uniform resource locator URL. So you have to copy this one. In some cases, you can find the URL from here as well. So you can copy this one, or you can click and copy the video URL. In some videos, this may not work. This URL may not work. So in those cases, you have to right click on the video and copy this one. So in this YouTube video, I'm going to right click there and copy the video URL. Then I'm going to open my tool here. And you can see the plus sign here. What you have to do, just click there, and it will automatically take the URL. You can see both are similar here. Okay. Then I'm going to press OK. Now the importance is, using this one, you can see the quality. So you can select the quality according to your requirement, or according to your internet connection. So there are several qualities available. This is the top quality one, 1080. And you can see the size of the video, 62 MB. And again, if it is a low quality one, you can see size is reduced up to here, 11.9 MB. Right? So depending on the requirement, I mean, if you want to show it to somewhere, if you want to display it somewhere, you better download the high quality one. So normally 1720 will be better. Okay. So if you're going to use it in a mobile phone or somewhere, 360p will be better. So if you just need to listen to the video, then you can select a low quality one. Right? So what you can do is just select the quality, and when you click download, it will start downloading. So I'll show you. Just So when you click download, you can see the download started, and in a minute it's downloaded. With less than a minute, it was downloaded. Okay. So again, the importance of this tool is if you disconnect the internet, it will keep a track what you're gonna download, and when you just connect to the internet again, it will automatically download the things that you have already put it here. Right? Okay. So this is one suggestion that you can use to download any video in internet, including YouTube. So I know that there are more thousands of applications are there to download YouTube videos. So if you have any suggestions, or if you are using another tool, that then you have opportunity that you can share with all of us today. Okay, same as the lecturer no one's talking. Okay, so then right. So I think that you got the point, and I'm going to move into the next one. The other requirement and the question was how we can convert a written document or a printed document into a Word or editable format. So this is how we can do that. We call that OCR, online character reader, character recognizer. Optical character recognizer. So this is how we can do it. There are thousands of websites that support this feature. So first, you must have a scanned copy of your document or the handwritten document. So here I have one. So you can see this is the scanned document of mine. So I scanned it from printout.
Sorry.
So if you have any kind of a printed document, you can do the same. Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry, again, I can't see the screen.
Okay.
I saw the news from site, create a site. Yeah.
Can you see the Firefox screen, YouTube page?
Yeah, YouTube I can see. How to use MS SharePoint 365? Yeah, that part I can see. Yeah, after that.
Melissa, I can't see it.
Yeah, what I saw is how to use MS SharePoint 365.
Melissa, I can't hear you clearly.
Can you hear me now? Yes. Hello.
Yeah, okay, that's the screen there. I'm still there. Yeah, I can hear you now, and that's the screen still I'm sharing. Okay. So I'm going to go into the next one, the OCR page. So this is what you can do. I have a scanned image. So I have a scanned image of a printed document. So I'm going to go to Google and search online OCR, optical character recognizer, OCR. So when you search online OCR, there are thousands of websites in the list. So the first one is best. I'm not saying best, but that is manageable. So I was using this one, and I'm going to introduce that, and you can try the other ones, right? Okay. So I'm going to click there. So this website converts printed documents or images into text. So what you can do, just select the file. So this is the file that I have scanned. Right. Then you can select the language and convert. Okay. Now you can see the text is given here. So you can easily copy that. Okay. Right. If you have questions, you can raise them with chat, right? Okay. So I'm going to ask them. So here I'm going to copy this one, and I can paste it to it. right? So this is the text in the image. So very easily you can convert any printed document into an editable format using this online OCR. So if I tell you again, what you have to do is just scan the document and then go to this website, online OCR. So you have to select the file and upload it. After that, convert the file. You can copy the text from here. Even handwritten documents also can be converted in this way. So, but the letters must be in their original shape. When we are writing, in some cases, we miss the shape of the letter. So, if you write the letter in its original shape, then you can easily convert them using this method. Okay, so that is online OCR. Next one. Okay, then other thing is online checking for plagiarism online. So if I go to Google, this is one of the best search engine in the world, and most of us are using this one. So there are so many tips in Google or the tips and tricks in Google how we can search. So if we need to search for a phrase here, so you have to use inverted commas. So if I search something within inverted commas, for example, I'm going to select something. So this is a part from a research paper. Copy that, and I'm going to paste that within inverted commas here. Search. You can see the page is given. Okay. So this is the page. Right. So if you want to check for a phrase, exact phrase, where that exact phrase is there, so you have to copy that and search it with Google. So what you have to do, just paste the phrase within inverted commas. So when you give it within inverted commas, it will match the whole phrase, and that will give you the links where that phrase is. Right. That is how we can check plagiarism with Google. Okay. Let me see the chat window, please. All right. There was another question. That was another request actually. That was how we can create a simple website. So I'm going to let you know about that now. So there is a tool in or the app of Google that is called Google Sites. So what you have to do, you can just go to Google Sites. You can search for that, and it's Google Sites. If you have already signed in, you will direct to the Google Sites homepage now. Right. So you can see the create button here, and click on the create button. So they have two apps. It is better to use the newest one. So in new sites, right. So this is the window to create the website. So what we can do, you can just give a name here. The name for the website, if you have an event, you can give the event name. I'm just going to give a simple name. After that, you can add images. So you can just click on change image. You can upload an image if you have, or you can search for image. So there are some templates. Again, you can search Google here. and take the image. And you can go with separate themes. So this is the header of our website, and you have to give it a name. Hello everyone. Okay, so you can add text like that. So whatever you do, just add the text box and paste the text there, and you can change the theme, the color and size of the text even. So again, if I want to add an image, right. So my network was disconnected. Sorry for the trouble. Here, okay. So now you can see my screen, right? So this is how you can create the website. So I have added a text box here. You can see that, and I have copied the text, and I have changed the size and the color from here, and align those things. After that, if you add an image, you can click on image. So if you have an image, you can upload that, or you can select the image. And you can move it. Again, these are the other modules we have in this Google Sites application. So you can see here at the right corner. So this is image, title, and description. Image, like 3 images and titles and descriptions. So here you can see one image, a title, and a description. So here you can see 4 images and titles like that. So you can, if you are with your requirement, you can add any of these and you can edit them. So for example, I'm going to add this one. So just click here and add it. So you can click and then select image, select something, and again you can add a title and some text. You can paste there, and again select image. Okay. So like that. So you can create the website with these tools. And again, the important thing is, if you want, you can add a YouTube video, and again you can add a form. So if you want to take someone's opinion with the page, so what you have to do, just create a Google form. I think you all know how to create Google forms. So create a Google form, and from there you can have the link of the Google form. I mean, you have to click share, and you can find the link of the Google form. That is what we're going to share. So you can embed that form into this website. So you can just click forms, and you can select a form, a created form. Right. So I'm going to select one. So these are the forms that I have created earlier. Something. Okay, so like this, you can add the form. Right? So then you can add some footer, notes, and everything, contact and everything there. Okay. So like that, you can create the web page, and after that, you have to publish. So when you publish the page, anyone in the world, they can see the page. So you can give it a name, and this will be the site name. So you can see sites.google.com, that is their domain, and www.days.uk, that is our name, our domain. That means because we have logged using using our institute emails, and again, my site is the name of the website. So you can share this link with anyone. So anyone in the world, they can see your website. So let me show you. Now I have published the website. Again, yeah, I'm going to paste that and click. So you can see the site. Even if I share this one with you, I'm going to chat the link. In chat, I have sent you the link. So if you copy this link and paste your browser, then also you can see the website. Right, so like that, you can very easily create a website for an event that you can organize. So if you need to share some information with others, then again, you can very easily create a website. Okay, so what you have to just go to Google Sites and design the website and share it. Okay, anyone has questions regarding this one, Google Sites? So if you are organizing a workshop or anything, right? So you can create the website with all the detail and everything. What you have to do is just share the link in Facebook or anywhere, or if you want to share it with the students, you can email them the link, right? So like that, you can give them information.
Hello, Akhilesh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you want to publish this to Google site, what's the way that you do?
Sorry, this I didn't get you.
Yeah, when you want to publish this site,
Yeah.
how will you do it?
Here, in my sites, you can see. Here you can see there's a button called publish.
Okay.
So what you have to just create the website, and when you click on this publish button, it will publish.
Okay.
Then it is public to everyone, and anyone can see. What you have to do is just share the link. Otherwise, they can find it. They can't find it.
Okay. So we have to share the link.
Yeah, you have to share the link. Yes. Again, if you want to unpublish that one, that option is here. So you can click on the arrowhead and unpublish.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Hello, Akila.
Yes, sir.
Can we change the domain name of the Google website we are
we
creating?
can't, sir. No,
We can't, no?
because this is a free version and we have to go with that domain.
Okay. So our domain name will be available as sites.google.com, then
/wib.s.uk/ then the website name.
website name. Okay, thank you.
Again, permission violations, there was a question. Dr. Murthy, the thing is, it depends on the image that you're going to select. So when you publish something in the web, you will be caught with this copyright violations. Yes. So when you're going to search image, you have to go with free images available. So images that you can see, if they are, I mean, copyrighted, they have added their watermarks. Otherwise, it is okay to use. So the images that I have added here, they can use in web. I mean, because these images doesn't have any, I mean, watermarks, right? So if those are
the question is like sometimes.
Hello.
Okay, those images are okay to use.
Yeah, okay to use. If that doesn't have a watermark, then it is public.
Hello, those images that we use for this site is okay to use because they don't have that watermark. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay. 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 So that means like the default by that search given by the this site.dr is first presented the images that are allowed to use and then yeah.
No,
Okay.
that is not
Okay.
the point.
Thanks.
So when you search, if the image is copyrighted, they will show you that. I mean, let me show you. If I search for a image like
Uh-huh.
something in
Okay.
case, no, I can't see them here. There are images with those watermarks there. So other than that, we can use them.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
is it totally free, Dr. Naam? Is it free means
Okay. Okay.
right? Okay. Right. Again, the Google Office 365 that also has the same application. So that is called SharePoint. So let me show you that. Okay, this is called Google SharePoint. Sorry, Office SharePoint. So when you click that, that application also they are to create websites. Here you can create a site. Click on create site, and you can select the template. You have to give a site name. So if the site name is available, they will show you like here. So this would be the link of the website, and finish. So this is the template that I have selected, and you can click on edit. And you can edit the content, right? So if you delete a section, you can delete it. You can add a new section. And similar to the Google Sites, you can see the sections here. So 2-column section, if I want, I can click and add it. Again, this plus sign is there to add something. I can add an image, text, file, viewer. So those are the options this has. So if I select image, I would search. And add the image. So this one Office 365, this slide SharePoint that has much features than the Google sites. So this is specially designed to create websites, and it may somewhat difficult to use. I mean, the interface is not that much user friendly. So I suggest you that it is better to go with this one. But if you study this one, it may be easier. But I also don't have that much of experience to tell you how you can use this one. So there are so many YouTube videos. If someone is interested, you can see, or if you request, we can arrange a separate session or something. How you can create these things after studying much on this. Again, to aware you that this is also a similar application that we can use with Google Sites to create websites for events. Okay. Again, some people have asked are there any software or tools to edit PDF? PDF. So there are many applications, but those are all those are copyrighted ones. I mean commercial ones. So you can download Adobe Reader. Oh, sorry, Adobe Acrobat. That is one thing. And again, there are some applications. So I'll share you the information with an email or something. What are the applications you can download and install to edit PDF, and where you can download. So let me give you a hint, hint here where you can download them. So if you want, you can go to, there is a website called Get Into PC. So if you need any of application, any software which is cracked, I mean, this is not a legal one. So it is not to share. It is actually it is illegal to share this one, but I'm going to share this with you. So this has all the cracked softwares. So if you want to find something, let me. So this is the newest version of Adobe Acrobat, and you can click it. And download full setup. Then this will automatically download this one into your PC. So what you have to do is just install that and use it. So this is the best one to edit PDF. Again, this is the commercial version. So but it is given free in internet. So it is okay that we can download and use it. Okay. So the site name is Get Into PC if you want. Right. So those are the things that we had to discuss with you today. And so this is a winding up session. I mean, a summary session. So if you have any suggestions, you can express them now, or if you have any questions, you can raise. And again, if you have to give any comment or something, now it is the time. And again, if you have if you have experienced some other tools, online tools and other things, then again, this is the time to share them with all related to this one. So this time is for you to talk.
මිල් මේ last 3 days වල කරපු ඒවා YouTube වලට අප්ලෝඩ් කරලා තියෙනවද?
Yes, madam. Those are in our LMS. So I'll show you again that. So what you have to do, just go to our LMS, lmsk.wib.ac.lk, lmsk.wib.ac.lk.
Yes.
Then log in. And with this one, the Google link, you can log in. Then, madam, you can see the courses, and there's a link called all courses in the dashboard. So you have to click all courses, and their staff development center is there. Then, so these are the courses which we conduct previous days. So click and you can see them in YouTube.
That is the one you send us the link. And what about the last 3 days one?
Last 3 days we haven't uploaded it, madam. So
not yet.
upload them and coming. Sorry.
You are doing it soon, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
So any questions or any suggestions? Any comments? Actually, we would like to know your comments, because we must know that whether this method was effective, or if is it okay to have these sessions in future, and it is expected to have some kind of feedback. So I kindly request, if you have any comment, please, this is the time.
Yeah, actually that is very important as well as useful. Even we can't get everything during the session. Once you upload actually the sessions, we can revise it and see again and again, and we can get the knowledge fully.
Yeah,
so actually that is very nice method. And for me, actually, it's very, very important.
Thank you, madam. So, if you don't have any comment suggestions, we can wind up the session. So, shall I